if I had eXp from the beginning, I would have had a clear vision on how to refer people to agents in Italy, and had this is the process to get paid, because you can't make commission through without being an agent, even in Italy, although there are many that try to pull that off.
Hey there, future real estate legends. This is Jason P. Jordan, your go-to global real estate coach and the president and CEO of the Legends International team, brokered by eXp Realty. I just wanted to thank you for being here and welcome you to another episode of the LiT Real Estate Show, where we interview our equity partners at eXp Realty in the USA and from all around the globe. Now I just ask you to please subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button and hitting that bell icon so you never miss another LiT show or any other future videos that I have then launch here on this channel. It also helps the show grow so we can get even more successful eXp Realty agents on to help you. Now, at the same time, if you're a subscriber, you'll get access to new shows before anyone in the world does. If you would, subscribe right now. Thanks so much. So I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our guest speaker today, and it's my friend Dave Dauvo Waters, who is originally from Rexburg, Idaho, and now lives in the greater Milan area in Italy. Since moving to Italy in 2013, Dave's been deeply interested in its real estate market. He's been documenting his investing experiences in Italy through a blog and on YouTube. His channel, Dauvo, now covers real estate, personal finance, and lifestyle choices as an expat living in Italy. Dave is focused mainly on auctioned real estate, always on the lookout for the low-cost real estate like the €1 homes found in Italy. He hopes you'll join his online community with a positive and open mind while you work on your own personal financial situation wherever you happen to live. He'll even take you back to school. That's SKOOL. He's got a program there. You'll see it on the screen. He's now an eXp Realty agent as of the last couple of weeks. He's also a 10X coach with Grant Cardone, right? And he can coach you through different parts of business. He specializes in real estate investment, financial industries, creates technology innovation to provide investment tools for private investors. And check this out. He was a Primerica division leader from November 2009 to June of 2013, where he trained multiple agents on customer service processes and worked as a resident life producer and investment dealer, and he had a Series 6 at the time. He's a graduate of Brigham Young University, Idaho, where he has a bachelor's in, check it out, construction management. There we are. Hey, Dave, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. I loved it. If you gave me an introduction like that every single day, you made me feel really, really, really good about myself.
Well, I didn't even tell him everything. I mean, your whole story is just simply amazing, Dave. And as I've gotten to know you and started to get to know your wife and your children, you really have an amazing story. And the whole idea of how we became friends, how we became business partners, and our future plans of growing eXp Realty and teaching and growing with others and helping them do the same. It's really exciting, Dave. So thank you for being here today.
Well, I'll add to that. I literally am going to look at that picture or that slideshow every single morning to get me started. So it's nice to have a summary of some of your accomplishments, especially those that are kind of recognized by others. So thank you for that. I guess I should just start. Is that the idea?
Yeah. How did you get started becoming an American real estate investor living in Italy?
Well, first I had to get here, right?
Right. So, yeah. How did that happen? I mean, you're gonna have to keep it a little bit concise for the segment, but tell us the story, Dave.
Back in 2013, I met a girl, and here I am. So. Instead of convincing her to come back to the US, she convinced me to stay, and I've been here ever since. I didn't use the round trip ticket, and we have 3 beautiful kids out of 3 total kids. And so when I came here, I had left a job of, actually I was building a bookkeeping business with some friends, but that wasn't going exactly as planned. So cutting that story a bit short, when I made the move over here, they kind of kicked me out because I was an 8-hour time difference away, right? So I had to move on and figure stuff out. At some point, like basically 1 year from the moment I got to Italy, I discovered the auctions because, you know, I loved real estate from when I was younger. University, I went into construction management, architecture studies. And so the only thing I felt like I had was my knowledge about construction, and that connected me to Italy through this auction process that was really intriguing, because I was always intrigued by the US auction system. And then I found about the Italian one and realized that I could afford to pay cash for a house instead of paying a deposit on one. So that to me was really, really beneficial, especially leading into the next years of life, allowing me to save more and invest more. So
let's talk about that first house. So probably one of the most popular videos on your YouTube channel is a house that you bought for cash, right? And you lived in it rent-free, mortgage-free, right? So how much did you pay for that house?
Yeah, so it was listed at $38,000. We were hunting around, we saw some various properties, but this listing had no picture. It was in a village that's it was a bit farther than where we wanted to be because my wife worked in Milan, so it was going to be a bit more of a remote or I guess transit for her. But I took the moment to pass by the address, see it. We went and toured it for just to check out. Basically, the only thing it needed was an update to the kitchen, and it was habitable. So the $38,000, we put in an extra probably $5,000 initially to get in the house, and then another $5,000 to $7,000 to make it comfortable. And then so we basically probably invested about $50,000 over a period of the first 2-3 years, and then that's our house. Yeah.
Okay. Are you still currently living in that house?
We're not. This house actually we're renting because my wife started a business in a distant village, so we ended up we're temporary until we find the next best thing, right? We still have that house, but we're renting it out, so their rent pays our rent, and we're still pretty good. Hey,
so you're living rent-free in Italy, right? I mean, it's a wonderful place to live rent-free, right? So take us through this journey. So you not only have you purchased as an investor, you've helped others do that. You know, your channel has, you know, almost 23,000 subscribers. You got a couple of videos on there. There are either 100,000, a couple 100,000 views each. So you obviously were teaching real estate. You were starting to kind of build a business around teaching people how to buy auctions, right? So I remember the day that I Googled and I was looking on YouTube for real estate Italy, and your channel came up, right? And I was like, okay, whoa, this is an American living in Italy, right? Oh, and his whole channel's in English, right? And I was just so blown away, Dave, and how you tell stories, how each video tells a story, right? And you're connecting with people. So kind of take us through maybe a little bit about how you went on to create the channel that you created, you know, and then we'll talk about, you know, why we decided to partner together at eXp Realty.
Okay. So I was actually teaching English, and I was frustrated because, you know, it wasn't what I wanted to do. And at a certain point, I made this investment that went real sour, real fast. And it was mostly because I couldn't communicate in Italian. So, and also based on what I thought was the construction process where I'm from, right? So I was mixing these things and unable to communicate. And I ended up having this, basically paying this huge citation that was more than the amount I invested in the property initially. So this was,
wow. Okay.
It seems like good experiences always kind of spur off of bad experiences, right?
Yep. So, learn from your mistakes, right?
So off this story, and that's a story I haven't actually shared on the channel yet. I've been building up to it, but that was probably the thing that kicked me in gear to say, you know what, I want to communicate with people that speak my language and help them not do what I just did, right? So I didn't have a clear vision initially. What I did was I bought a consulting online course from a guy named Sam Ovens. down in New Zealand. And my very first videos were actually like an unboxing video of his course. And little by little, like, realized those were really bad videos, and I just deleted them. Like, the quality was horrible, audio was horrible, video was horrible. And anyway, the only people that watched it were my mom and potentially like a cousin or something like that. So at one point I heard that the best way to grow, I guess, is to research what people are looking for, right? And I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but I decided to research what Americans are looking for in Italy specifically, and I saw this weird word that I didn't understand what it was. It said Musumeli real estate, and so I thought it was like a last name or something, and it turned out it was connected to the €1 homes that were being sold in 2000 and, you know, since 2011 basically. But this was 2019, so it was some years later. And so I decided, heck, I'm gonna buy a plane ticket and fly down and video the experience. And so while I was on that trip, my YouTube channel went from my mom and my cousins to 200 people that were researching at that moment how to buy a €1 house. And so I was posting daily, just like, I'd get back to the hotel and I'd try to upload with this bad data service or bad Wi-Fi that I had down in Sicily, what my experience was that day. And that really kick-started the direction of my channel, was sharing kind of like the cheap real estate.
Yeah, you got some really interesting videos in there where you're walking into some real dumps, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny how you're walking around different corners and stuff. I mean, it's entertaining. So those of you who are watching this live or watch the recording, just watching some of his videos and like, wow, you actually went into that building, Dave?
Yeah. So you know? It's low-key entertaining. Like, I have a pretty low-key personality. So anyway, it was more or less just exactly what I experienced. No fluff or anything. I try to be pretty transparent, and I think people feel that. So that was starting to get a lot more attention. I did have the intention to consult in auction real estate. That was my whole point. So at some point I blended the €1 homes with, hey, this is how you buy real estate on auction. I have a 30-minute tutorial on YouTube still that I was introducing basically the potential of an online course, which actually ended up doing an ebook instead. And then anyway, so the channel started growing, and that's basically right before the epidemic and all that stuff in 2020. So I had to pivot because in one moment the auctions were all cut off. They canceled every auction, which were over 400,000 auctions in Italy. And so I had to think and pivot and change what my direction was a little bit. So then I started touring more villages and touring more, you know, just trying to explore a little bit of Italy, because people at that moment were really, really, really interested on building potentially a remote paradise lifestyle in Italy, which was, you know, it's a dream, I guess, for many people. But
hey, you're helping people realize their dreams, Dave, more ways than one, right? You know?
Yeah. I feel like I was one of the pioneers, even though not everybody knew who I was. I felt like they probably watched a YouTube video of mine and just didn't, like, there was only one, so they don't remember me potentially during that period. But there was a lot of people that were starting to say, hey, what about auction real estate on like blogs and forums and stuff? And I was like, I'm pretty sure they watched my video. But anyway.
So Dave does a really good job of, you know, he understands the concept I always talk about is you must provide value before you become valuable, right? And Dave does that. And he leads forward with value, and you'll see that in everything that he does. And he's got a copy of my book there as well. So, you know, I watched his YouTube channel. I looked through his videos, and I reached out to him and said, hey, Dave, would love to talk to you about collaboration. Right. And that's how we started a conversation. And I said, hey, do you work with real estate agents? And he's like, oh, yeah. Have you looked at my different videos and you see the agents I talked to? And I said, well, I've got something you need to see. And this is what, Dave, maybe about a year ago?
Yeah, it's been a long road for me, but a year ago.
Yeah. And so he looked at it and we talked a little bit. And he's like, oh, I like network marketing. I used to be in Primerica. Right. And so So talk to me, Dave. What made you decide? Because you did you decided to go get your real estate license in Idaho, right?
Yeah.
And it's not just making a commitment to get a license, but you got a license and then you took the test and then you flew all the way, or you took the course and you flew all the way back to Idaho to get licensed.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on there actually, but so Italy's a bureaucratic nightmare for anyone that's never spent time here. But anyway, to be a real estate agent here was a bigger beehive than I wanted to deal with. It's possible, it just has some limitations for what I wanted to do in life. So I decided to license in Idaho, and that's one of the reasons it took me so long, is because I was waiting for a moment where I could get the whole family to meet grandma and grandpa for the first time. And so we ended up doing that in August. And so since August, I've tested and transferred the license into eXp. But from the moment you told me about eXp, like, I heard about it. I wish I knew about it 4 years ago, honestly.
Except that's what everybody says, right?
Well, especially in my case, because I'm not acting as a real estate agent here. And with all of my videos, there was such a big surge of people who were searching and really, really, really wanted somebody to trust that could help them buy something. So admittedly, I wasn't ready for it. I thought I was ready for it. I built lead pages. I have like a list of 1,000 emails already, probably 2,000, 4,000 by now, of various reasons. Like, I'm interested in this area. I'm looking to invest. I'm doing this or that. So I have a big email list right now, but I can say that I really only scratched a small corner of the surface when it comes to actually monetizing that. Mm-hmm. So if I had eXp from the beginning, I would have had a clear vision on how to refer people to agents in Italy, and had this is the process to get paid. Because, you can't make commission through without being an agent, even in Italy, although there are many that try to pull that off. Anyway, that's another thing.
No, but I mean, the beauty of eXp Realty right now is that we have a network of agents across the country, right? And they can refer you through a referral agreement. So you can create all the leads through all of the videos that you have and will create in the future. And you have them to help you close the business no matter where they are in Italy. So you're not having to chase down every single deal all across the whole country.
Yeah, and that's what I've been impressed by since joining eXp's workplace system, is just getting in those referral groups and seeing how many people, even just the Italy one, seeing how many American agents were like, hey, I have a client that wants to buy in Italy. I was like, why do you have a client that wants to buy in Italy? It's like, you're selling. It makes sense, but at the same time, if I was receiving so many, you could imagine how many agents in the US or all over the world had a friend who wanted to buy here, right? So anyway, I'm trying to be the type that doesn't look at the past, so I'm moving forward, and now I'm going to take advantage of eXp's network and have a lot more power when it comes to helping people all over Italy, as opposed to what is typical of an agent here, is they only focus on their small geographical area. So
yeah, so since we're going to talk about the future, Dave, that's a great way to segue into this last part of our interview today. And let's talk about the future. You decided to partner with us, the Legends International team, and I'm super excited because I know the plan that we put out so far. But why don't you share, your excitement about that, what you see the future being like? Okay.
Well, my future is right here on my wall. I guess it's taped down. I can't reach it. Anyway, I was going to hold it up. I've painted out my future as it pertains to eXp. eXp is kind of like the pivoting point for everything, because I have the content marketing system and I have 20,000 subscribers, and I have the ability to just start creating content and just automatically receiving the attention again. But what's going to happen for me, for example, right now, Italy only has about 80 agents out of 45,000 or something. I don't know how many there are total in Italy, but Italy has maybe just in every single community, they'll have even a small one will have 5, 6, 7 different agencies because everybody kind of works independently. And I know that these agents have to, like, there are some good ones and there's some bad ones, right? And so I think usually the bad ones, they don't have structure. And so I think that if you can give structure to these agents, that they'll be happily jumping ship and coming over into an eXp scenario where everything's kind of processed for them. All they have to do is list and sell and list and sell and list and sell and refer, right? So I think there's a lot of potential growth. And so my focus is going to be on reaching out to create content with these agents and in time creating rapport to get them into eXp, number one. Number two, with the content created, draw attention from buyers and refer them to these agents. But basically create a marketing, not a marketing, but like a business that just takes in leads and then passes them towards the correct agent. So for me, the future is clear in regards to that. As far as the eXp total, I'm still new. I don't know what to say about eXp Realty in general. I do like Legends International team because I've been, like, I was in Primerica, like you mentioned, and having a small team, it can feel more personal, but having like a team that is structured already, I can easily get into that because you guys are doing your stuff and I don't have to stress over that. So able to recruit people and bring them into LiT makes sense to me because it's already, you guys are professionals already. So
I appreciate it. Thank Dave. We're so excited to have you part of the organization. And if anybody's watching this recording and you're in Italy and you want to work with Dave, you want to have him create content for you to be able to create and drive leads to your business so you can close deals with Dave, happy to set up a conversation and we can talk about what that looks like. If you're an agent in the United States and you speak Italian, or you have a connection to Italy and you're trying to figure out a way to do business in Italy while you live in the US or Canada or anywhere else, reach out to us as well. We would love to partner with you, create content with you, help you grow your business together, right? So happy to do that. So Dave, again, thanks you for doing this interview with me today. I'm so excited you're finally officially in the company now, and we can really start going forward with this future plan that is so bright. As Marty likes to say, we have to wear sunglasses and sunblock 50, right? So again, Dave, looking forward to your final segment today as we continue on with the call. But thanks again for doing this interview today.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Hey, I hope you found value in today's legendary interview with our special guest. If you'd like to see more interviews just like this one, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And if you'd like to learn more about today's guest, I placed all their contact information in the description below. Who knows, maybe they are the mentor you've been looking for. And if you're looking to make a change who you are partnered with in real estate, feel free to book a no-pressure private Zoom call with me. During this private call, I'll share with you how we help real estate agents leverage their language skills and cultural connections to close more transactions both locally and internationally using cutting-edge lead generation technology and marketing techniques. If you want to find yourself in a different situation in 90 days or in a year from now, it's important to find the right partners that can mentor you, have the right strategies, and are willing to give you the roadmap without asking for an additional cut of your commission. With the unique eXp Realty model, it's a collaboration, not competition mentality. The numbers don't lie either. So if you're curious, reach out and set up an appointment. I look forward to meeting you. Feel free to check out the other videos I have here on the channel about eXp Realty too, in case you're just curious. Otherwise, drop your questions or suggestions for upcoming guests in the comments below. Once again, I'm Jason P. Jordan, your go-to global real estate coach with the Legends International team, brokered by eXp Realty. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.